Hello and welcome to this little Afterthoughts video about the Pale Beyond, which we finished a couple of weeks back now. And yeah, I wanted to again put out a little video with my thoughts about it and if I liked it or not, which I can put out first. Yeah, it absolutely was an fantastic experience, and I really liked it. And yeah, if you find to like any of those mechanics in there or the visuals or like the theme itself, then I can highly advise you to go grab it. It's pretty cheap right now because it's out there for quite some time, and it's been some years, and there's a sale now and then where you really don't have to pay much to get it. But anyway, just as in the other one, a little bit of description. So story-wise, this one is about an expedition into the ice, and you're actually it's just the beginning of the game, so I won't spoil too much from the later stages. So you are hired as as the second in command, and you are about to set out on the expedition, and you are about to following a ship that went before yours, and you're about to retrieve that ship or the crew or whatever information might be on that ship. That is the whole purpose of the journey in the beginning. Once you set off, you get about to learn about the crewmates, which play a huge role in this one. They're very well written. They all have different characters. They like different things. They dislike different things, and you have to get along with them throughout this really incredible voyage. And if possible, have to make friends with them or get them on your side. And this is also one of the major mechanics in the game, where you have to navigate through all those different like discussions and discussion options and answers that you can give and responses, to kind of make them like you, and to get them on your side, because there will happen a vote, and there will happen other situations that will occur where you need their support. And if you don't have this support, you might missing options, or you outright will just get bad. The outcome of those situations will just be bad, and that's something you obviously want to avoid. So that's one of those major things. But yeah, the voyage starts off. You learn about the crew. You get introduced to the mechanics slightly, but also that is one of the major like drawbacks of the game as a whole. It doesn't explain those systems fully, because you kind of, well, not fully, but you have to bend those, and you have to go into the limits of these mechanics to actually make it to the end of the game. And that is something that I would love that they put in a story mode, or like they edit a different difficult mode later. I think, well, the initial game was harder than what they have done in like after like 2 years the game was out, and they updated it and made it a little bit more like easier to progress and to get along, but it's still hard. And I wish they would just add, well, for folks who just want to get along with the story, the vibe, and the ambience, I wish they would have added a whole story mode where you still have to take the hits from the decisions that you make, but you won't feel extremely badly if you not like fully go to the limits of the mechanics that the game offers. Because soon after setting out on this voyage, you have to send your crew to gather food, you have to send out crew to make research, and you have to send out scouts to actually find different very important locations and to get along on the ice. And while doing so, crews will suffer different status effects, and if you let them suffer these for too long, then they will die. And if you always want to avoid or heal the crew members to the fullest extent and want to satisfy every single need, then you're set out about to fail, because you can't keep the resource demand for this up. And you have to like go into the limits of, some people get sick, and you have to take that. They need to get sick, and they even need to get sicker, and only then you can heal them, because then you have the chance to use them 2 times, and because they're sick, they won't get sick again, but they get another different status effect onto that one. They will get sicker, if you want to put it like that, and then you can heal them still up from like this super bad state they're in. They can get healed fully up in one of those kind of buildings I want to put that you have later on. And those are some mechanics that you need to abuse to actually make it through this game. And that is something that, well, obviously they won't explain it, but that is something that you really have to trial and error out, or you go and read a guide. And because otherwise you will always run against those issues that you can't afford the resources to keep everyone happy, and you will end up broken and dead, and there is a game over in there. So if you can't keep up with the demands, then you get a game over before actually reaching any major important milestone throughout this story. So this is what I kind of would have liked them to explain a little bit more, that you can go further than the first thing that occurs. So yeah, keep that in mind if you want to tackle the game. Like I said, I would really love to have them added story mode, where you can just get along with the outcomes that you wish, more or less. And I think it would still be a really cool game then, because the story itself is just phenomenal. It's very well written. It makes you feel with the characters. It made me shed a tear now and then, and it made me joyous if the characters kind of got hope again. And I really like the journey. And there are characters that you like, and there are characters that you like even more, and then there are characters that you dislike a little bit, because they're kind of hard to come by. And yeah, that's said about this whole thing. Visually, it's beautiful. It's not like there's a lot of animation stuff like that. There's some really cool camera settings where you have like the full screen where the ship is moving, or you have some really nice drawn backgrounds and backdrops and all that. And the characters itself, I think they look really great. Like, you would imagine they would have looked like that. Well, they're a little bit like overdrawn, they're a little bit cartoonish now and then, but still, I really like this design. I really like the whole the maps of the game, where you have to traverse through like the ship, later on the camp and all that. You have different stations in there that you can go into and do little things, and this is all very well done. I really like that, and yeah, I hope their upcoming game, The Heart and Harbor, they kind of keep this style going. So that's something to look forward to. And the same goes for the audio. There's some really cool tracks that they made. There's some really nice effects that they have done, and everything's just fitting. It adds to the vibe. It adds to the desperation that comes up later. And it adds to like some relief that happens, and to the mystery that occurs. And yeah, I think they really did it well. And I can't think of any other way to have it like they did it. So all in all, it's a really well done package. If you're into visual novels that don't have like really cranked up explosions and like a whole lot of freedom to run around, then this is something really that you should put a couple hours in there. I've read a little bit after finishing it. There's a lot of different endings actually that you can achieve, and there's a lot of different things that you can do to keep crew alive or to actually get them killed. So if you watched our playthrough, then that's just one possible way to go through. There are a ton of different ones, which is also really, really cool, because it adds replayability. It pushes you to try out different things, give different answers, do other decisions, and yeah, overall that's all just really well done in my opinion. And yeah, I really enjoyed my playthrough. If I can, I would encourage you to go there, play for yourself, give it a shot, and just set out for your own journey. So yeah, that's my kind of verdict. I really enjoyed it. It was a great story. It was a great adventure, and with a little kind of things they put in there. It's not like a whole like really. There are no big explosions. There's no huge effects on it like any AAA or whatever game, but it all fits in so nicely that overall it is just a fantastic game, and I really liked it. So yeah, that's it. Thank you all very much for tuning into this one, and I hope you kind of gained a little bit of knowledge about the game. If you're still unsure, make sure to check out our playthrough to see if it is something you would rather like or not. And I think there's a demo out there as well, so feel free to check that out. And that's all I got. So thank you all very much for watching and listening, and take care, everyone. And I hope to see you in whatever video on here that you like. Bye bye.